Am I the asshole? For being honest about disliking my nephew's name? My sister gave birth to my nephew in January and she gave him a name that I dislike, which is Philip. The two of us have always been so close and we always swore we would be honest with each other when asked. That has always been our relationship. We feel it keeps us close and stops hard feelings because if we don't want to hear something we just don't ask. There has never been a time I didn't want her honesty, so I will ask her anything looking for an honest answer. My sister is a little more sensitive, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I get her not asking everything if she feels like it would hurt her feelings. She asked me what I thought of the name because I was the only one who didn't comment about loving the name, according to her. And I'm not saying every single person she meets compliments the name. Just that those in her and her husband's circle did. So 2-3 weeks after my nephew was born, she asked me if I didn't like his name. She said my reaction was very muted and it made her wonder. So I was honest and told her I didn't like the name but reassured her I love my nephew very much. She asked some more questions that I answered honestly, and I was even open about names I would use for my future child when asked. My sister made a joke that it was weird to find a topic we were so opposite on our taste in names, but she was glad we had talked. I didn't think anything more of it, and then a week and a half ago my sister's husband made a sarcastic remark that he was surprised I would spend money on such a nice gift for my nephew. I ordered a custom blanket for him that has his name on it when I don't even like the name. My sister told him to stop and apologized to me for his reaction. He grumbled and she grumbled back at him. Then he got me alone and told me I had made my sister cry when I told her I disliked my nephew's name. He asked me how I would like it if she said that to me, and I told him I would expect her to be honest if she did dislike the name I pick for my future kids, and I asked her the question. I said we don't lie to each other and it's been that way since we were kids. He said he had no idea what kind of name I would like if I dislike Philip and if I dislike the middle name too, but it takes a special kind of shitty person to tell a new parent they dislike the name they chose for their kid. And he said I broke my sister's heart, which should make me so ashamed. I spoke to my sister after that and apologized for upsetting her. She wanted to know where I learned it but answered herself before she finished the question. She apologized to me and admitted she was upset, but that she should have known better than to ask the question, that I didn't go out of my way to give feedback on the name and she knows herself better than that. She apologized for her husband again and told me not to listen. But then her husband reached out again and told me my sister is trying to spare my feelings. So am I the asshole? INFO, have you asked Bill why he keeps bringing this up? What exactly he wants you to do? Since you've already given your sister your opinion, and if you try to take it back now she'll know you are not being truthful. What outcome does he want? I'm going with not the asshole. Your sister kept asking questions and you gave calm, honest answers. Your sister is not upset with you, but her husband seems to be determined to cause problems. Then he got me alone and told me I had made my sister cry when I told her I disliked my nephew's name. He asked me how I would like it if she said that to me, and I told him I would expect her to be honest if she did dislike the name I pick for my future kids, and I asked her the question. I said we don't lie to each other and it's been that way since we were kids. This was between you and your sister. She apologized for her husband again and told me not to listen. But then her husband reached out again and told me my sister is trying to spare my feelings. He is deliberately stirring the shit pot. I have no doubt the husband suggested that name, it's why he's so pissed. Not the asshole. She asked me what I thought of the name because I was the only one who didn't comment about loving the name. She asked some more questions. She didn't have to do this. She should have known better than to ask the question, that I didn't go out of my way to give feedback on the name. She understands this, but her husband seems intent on causing problems. Not the asshole, your sister even said it herself, she shouldn't have asked if she didn't want the truth, as that's the relationship you have. You are making an effort to embrace the name, and you've apologized for any hurt feelings. Her husband is being a major at this point, especially for going behind his wife's back multiple times to attack you. My bet is it was his name's suggestion and he's personally hurt and attacking you for it. If he tries to bring it up again, I would immediately shut him down and say you're not continuing this conversation with him, and if your sister has an issue she can bring it up herself. Nah. Important point I'd like to bring across: it's okay to be upset by something someone has said. It's okay to cry. And then you deal with the disappointment and continue your life. Looks like your sister did that, but her husband isn't. Your sister needs to accept, if she hasn't already, that not everyone loves the name. And that's okay. You've shown you love your nephew and you've accepted the name, not that you need to by giving that blanket. I really don't see a problem. Except Bill needs to get over it himself. Bill needs to accept that sometimes stuff happens that upsets his wife. It's his job to comfort her and help her deal with it, preferably without blaming others. Not the asshole, but she's 2 months postpartum, a new parent, super hormonal, not sleeping and probably feeling attacked about everything like most new mothers do. I'm torn on this one. On one hand, I don't think people should ask questions they don't want the answers to, but on the other hand I do think it's okay to lie about some things, and this would be one of them. Literally the only thing that is achieved by being honest here is to upset your sister. I imagine that's not going to be popular here, because on Reddit, people like to pretend that they all practice radical honesty, but I guess ESH. Not the asshole. My mom didn't like 3 out of 4 names and hardly likes the 4th that my brother and I have chosen for our kids. I personally had run them by her beforehand, so wasn't surprised. She doesn't actively go out of the way to complain or anything, but it actually came up just yesterday. Kids range from 2 to 11. Nothing's changed lol, but she loves her grandkids and does everything for them. She got used to the names. As far as making your sister cry, I honestly feel like everything made me cry postpartum. Your hormones just go crazy. The Bill is really just stirring the pot, most likely because welcoming a new baby is insanely stressful and he is dealing with a lot. No one wants to see their partner upset, so maybe he is just being overprotective combined with a bit edgy due to the stress of a newborn. Maybe just try to diffuse as best as possible and continue to be loving and supportive of the baby in general, and it'll blow over. Good luck and congrats on the new baby in the family. Not the asshole. Tell the Bill to quit attacking you about this. You apologize to your sister, and you love your nephew. Tell her because you love him you are growing to love the name. It won't kill you to lie and quit the drama. This definitely sounds like this is more his problem than hers. Especially after the sparing your feelings comment. If your relationship is how you say it is, there would be no reason for her to do this. It sounds like he's just pissed that you dislike the name, and is trying to stir the pot and make it sound like she's more upset than she is, to make you feel bad.